Right, well, Rachel Zegler's new movie bombs at the box office with a $2 million opening. Pretty bad, to be fair. She's not had any rate of success when it comes to theatrical openings. Really poor choice to then headline the new Snow White movie. It does seem quite bizarre that Hollywood wants to make this the new It girl. But that's what they do. They love to do this. They sort of latch on to a new individual. And then because they think she's going to be the next girl, they basically sign her up to everything. Lo and behold, though, little did they know, Rachel Zegler opens her mouth quite a lot and is very, very divisive. A lot of people don't like her, so yeah, bad times. The only movie which had some element of success was the Hunger Games movie, and even then it wasn't a huge success. It was middling. But don't worry about it. You know, spend $300+ million on Snow White. That will be fine. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this because it's just comical. Hit subscribe if you're new here. But also hit subscribe all those returning viewers that are not subscribed. There's a lot of you. I know. I can see it. So hit subscribe. But anyway, let's take a look. This article's linked down below. And it's just funny, quite frankly. It goes to show the stupidity of Hollywood and how they do sheep mentality. They do it. Rachel Zegler's not an outlier here. They do this a lot with a lot of people, and then they tend to regret it. Just to throw it out there. There was a man that they thought was the next It guy, Taylor Kitsch. Do you remember Taylor Kitsch? He was in everything for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom, gone. Not in anything. Because again, it's one of those individuals that they thought was going to be the next big star. So most studios would clamber and sign him up to basically anything they possibly could, and then the stardom was fading, and then he's not really in anything basically. So it's not unique to Rachel Zegler. It's across the board, but it is comical to highlight, especially when they've got quite a large movie coming out soon, i.e. Snow White. So Y2K is the latest film from supposed rising star. Where's she rising from? Like, where are we on that scale of rising yet? Because this bombing doesn't follow that she's going up, does it? Let's be honest. And future Snow White Rachel Zegler has bombed spectacularly at the weekend box office in its opening weekend. The outspoken Snow White actress hasn't had much luck at the box office since puttering onto the scene with West Side Story, and that's what began her insufferable posts online. Actually, it's what brought her to my attention the first time initially, is that West Side Story was nominated for some Oscars, and she stamped her feet and was like, "Well, why aren't we invited?" And it's like, because you are not nominated. You are not nominated for the Oscar. That's why. So it's irrelevant you turning up. But the Academy bowed and then had her turn up, and I think she did some presenting, if I remember rightly. Absolutely pathetic. Capitulating to a child, basically. So, to wit, the woman has produced more bombs than Star Trek Enterprise. So that's hilarious. It's not shocking when you look at her public track record. The actress has had a series of widely publicised public meltdowns in which she bashed the original beloved animated Snow White, used the Disney film's trailer to advocate for Palestine, appeared to wish harm or misfortune on US President-elect Donald Trump and his supporters. And also, she has a really nasty run-in with Jeremy Renner as well. Like, really nice, likeable guy. Yeah, she was an arsehole to him as well. There's so many instances of this woman just being a turd. It is quite shocking, to be honest. But yeah, West Side Story was a huge bomb. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, that was a huge bomb as well. A Hunger Games, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This article lists it as a failure. It was the lowest box office take of any Hunger Games movie, but it did go into some profit from what I can tell, based on the production budgets and the marketing budgets. It was so low that, yes, the box office was tiny and the lowest of any Hunger Games movie. It did go into some level of profit, though. So it's not... I mean, it's a failure on the scale of Hunger Games movies, but is it a failure in terms of financials? It's debatable. It is debatable. So then, of course, there's the upcoming Disney live-action Snow White remake, which releases in March. While there's no box office projections yet, the film's trailers have become must-see content for all the wrong reasons. So at present, the most recent Snow White trailer is sitting at a ratio of 702,000 dislikes. Just going to let that sink in. 702,000 dislikes. That was at the time of that being written. So shall we have a look and see just how bad it is now? Because it might be even higher now. 705,000. There you go. It's had 5.6 million views. So yeah, not good. Not good. 27,000. Is it 27,000 still? Yep, still 27,000 likes. So not great. Not great. But Y2K. Oh, Jesus. Y2K is a new film. It's a comedy horror with a pretty small budget. $15 million. So you'd think it was a safe bet. Oh no. Think again. Zegler's star power has been driving force behind all promotion. Therefore, Y2K is an interesting Hollywood experiment because it's trying to sell the movie on Rachel Zegler. So if it bombs, who's to blame if she is the marketing centerpiece? Rachel Zegler, one would imagine. But, I mean, there are other elements of it as well. Like, it's just a bad movie. It's been critically panned. It's like 30 years too late. It's just shit. West Side Story had Steven Spielberg attached, and Zegler was an unknown at the time. Shazam! Fury of the Gods and Hunger Games were both entries in established franchises. Y2K is the first movie that's being sold exclusively on Zegler's ability to move tickets. So how did Rachel Zegler's Y2K perform at the box office? $2.1 million opening weekend. Really, really bad. It was 8th at the box office. Just to compare as well, it's important to note is that this has a star attached to it. Terrifier 3 did, I think it was just under, it was 18 or just under $19 million domestic USA opening weekend. Terrifier 3. A gore fest. Gore porn. Nearly $19 million opening weekend. I think it was just over 18 million. It's near speechlessness. That's crazy. That is I mean, hey, I like Terrifier 3. I went to watch it in theatres. But that is insane. So, of course, topping the charts this weekend was obviously Moana, Wicked, Gladiator. Moana 2 did it's just over 600 million now at the global box office. That's a pretty good movie, to be honest. All things considered, the fourth highest grossing film of the weekend, which outdrew Zegler's movie by a considerable margin, is Indian Telugu language action drama Pushpa, The Rule Part 2. And that did $9.3 million in the weekend. That's mental. And then even Red 1 beat them. Fucking Red 1. Wow. That's crazy. And that's a bomb. But yeah, it still beat Rachel Zegler's movie. Even Interstellar beat it. A re-release. Even a re-release beat Rachel Zegler's movie. I mean, that's mental. And then you also had Solo Leveling Reawakening. Whatever that is. Yeah, and that still beat Rachel Zegler. This is crazy. So it will not. It's unlikely it's going to make any money back, to be fair. People hate it. It's just much maligned, and it's a huge box office bomb. So I think it really does. I mean, it's a bad omen, at the very least, for Snow White. Really bad omen for Snow White. You can't look at this and go, Snow White's going to be great. No. Oh, goodness me, no. No. Admittedly, not a lot of people know Y2K is even a movie and exists. But if Rachel Zegler had the star power that people believe she does, people would be following her and thus would be aware of it. They are not. They do not. And it's now bombed. So leave your thoughts down below. Bye now.